This is into King's Lynn anyway, looking down one of the rivers. Got the King's Lynn Minster over there, and then this is South Quay, I think it's called, along here. It's Summerhold and Thomas, one of the old factory mills looking just there. Big river, not sure which one it's called. Still retain some of this nice old cobbled streets, as you can see here. And, just taking a walk down this old cobbled street here. Quite nice so far. The sky's looking lovely today and all. This was the coat of arms for Henry VIII. Like a boar's head, you could argue. In fact, you know what? If I was to do it in my mind, that's meant to be like a dragon's tongue, and obviously the shape of a dragon's head, like the snout. If you think that way about these people, these bloodlines, see it from a different angle. It's not the same, is it? And this is out onto the Minster. And that college is very similar to the one at Cambridge. Obviously Henry VIII probably inspired it. So far so good. It's quite nice. Lots more run down last time I was here, 2019. And this is the White Hart pub, King's Lynn's oldest public house on St James Street. The White Hart as well was in Celtic mythology like a mythical creature. Obviously, to be fair, this is the goat, and it's taking a turn pretty quickly. Polish furniture, shut down shop, Turkish barber, Eastern European shop. You know, all very quickly it changed. It's very quiet down here as well. Chinese restaurant. Enough, you got the people responsible for it right there. Well, partly responsible for it. Gay pride stuff, shut down shop. It's really changed quite quickly around here. I can't tell if this is going to be a festival, if it's gay pride or not. If it's gay pride, I'm getting out of here. So it's a sports festival thing they've got on today for about another hour or two. Got a young lad trying to kick a football into a washing machine there. There you go. Another Turkish barbers. This is all down the old main strip. It's quite a lively sort of atmosphere down here actually. And another nice local business there, Pastimes, sorry. Frederick Savage's Engineers. Another Indian restaurant, Turkish barbers, loads down here. But get out for a grand old post office. How they used to make them back in the day. Obviously all boarded up and shut down now. Generic Brave New World sort of shopping centre. Similar to the one up in Penrith actually. Up in the Lake District. Quite a few shops up for sale and all. So you've got the Shoe Zone over here, and then Wilco's over here. And this is the start of a show really. I think this is King John. The reason why King's Lynn is called King's Lynn is because they stuck with King John, I think it was. Yep. youngest son of Henry II.
Okay.
Younger brother Richard Lionheart. King John was obviously the one famous with the Magna Carta and Robin Hood. But just to read it to you anyway. King's Lynn was one of the last places visited by King John just before his death in October 1216, which was a year after the Magna Carta. His fateful loss of his treasure and his baggage, as his baggage train attempted to cross the marshlands around the Wash. The Wash is that area around Boston to King's Lynn. King John was indebted to the town for its loyalty and had granted its charter in 1204, which gave the town the right to rule itself, transforming it into one of the most powerful ports in the country. Two of the town's greatest treasures seem to be named after him: the King John Cup and the King John Sword, even if these date from the latter time. These treasures, along with the replica of the King John Charter and many other artefacts, are on display at Stories of Lynn. It's quite similar to Gloucester with the sort of crossroads in the centre of the town. And quite a nice Tudor film building here with these dog's heads just on the side.
Can you hear me?
First bit of diversity I've seen today. I think I've got a busker down here by the sound of it. This is into the market square down the bottom here. Nip and Growler Ale House. Some amazing architecture on that on Lloyd's Bank, but I think that's shut down as well. It's by the side of that cobbled street. There we go.
You can't read without your glasses on, can you?
Nice, quite nice down this bit. Enough of that, only because I haven't got the time. That's that done. Look at this for a grand old hotel. The Duke said. And this is the Anchor Brewery, King's Lynn Anchor Brewery. It's down the bottom. So it looks like it's a lighthouse down here. Yeah, once again, pleasantly surprised. Nice old preserved cobbled streets. Was this a conservancy board? The mooring dues, lighthouse, and then back onto the River Ouse. I found out what it was, which obviously you find up in York. It runs all the way down through the fens down to here. It's not Viking River, I believe. I'm not sure if Ouse is a Norse word. Probably is, but the Vikings obviously had Jorvik, didn't they? So by the sound of that, I think there's been a wedding. So see if I bump into it. But it's been going a while now, so I don't think I will. Shit. Yeah, it's inside the St Nicholas Church. And like the one up in Norwich, you got these angels up on the top. Yeah, so the bells are ringing for the festival that's taking place. Not a wedding. On to another cobbled street. Although this will look great in the autumn time. Victorian lamps and people walking around with long coats on and stuff. Just on the side of this building there, they've got something to commemorate the community's resilience during that awful thing that happened in 2020 and 2021. The rollout of the medical procedure in 21, that should be. Lattice House, some palm trees. This is a 15th century building, so in the 1400s. It's got a jewellery shop here for sale, established in 1975, Clayton Jewellery. Heading down a bit more of a quiet end of a place really, sort of steam house cafe, very independent looking. Lloyd's Bank. Looking down Baker Lane, it's quite a good angle with the post box and the Victorian lamp. Just a bit further down, probably a good 50 metres later, this bit's quite rough. Debenhams are shut down here. I went within a space of 4 buildings, 3 of them are shut. So whatever this was, cafe here, dry cleaning place. And then this one, I'm in an Eastern European shop straight after. A bit of a positive though, done a nice job on this bit here. All the vegetation I put around it, and there's a nice independent deck of card shop over there, Union Jacks and post boxes and stuff like that, you know, like souvenirs. Very quiet down here though. It's quite a good one, Tipsy Teapot. It looks alright really, doesn't it, that angle, but all of that is all shut down. I mean, that's a good angle as well with the Minster on the end. Into the Minster. Prayer for Ukraine, prayer for Jerusalem. It's just me innit, I think. So I think this was Henry VIII's, I won't say creation because obviously he probably did nothing towards actually building it, but just signing off papers really. But it was under his authority, shall we say, and planning. Can't help but think of Private Pile in Full Metal Jacket, where he gets him to put his neck in his hand, you know, the drill sergeant. That's a really nice one. To back up what I was saying before about the dragon's head looking thing, you can see it just there under the swan. Virgin Mary looking over the globe. It's a lovely touch, that is. This is roughly back to where I started at the beginning. That's a nice angle. And we've got all these lovely old buildings around here. This is a tea room. That's cobbled street down here. Sadly all the old town's kind of, don't know, deserted now I think is the best word for it. Despite all the lovely old buildings. This would have been a pub, the Valiant Sailor, I think. This is into the Cobbles tea room area, which is worth coming into because of this. 3 Spitfires. In reference to Geoffrey Frank Bullen from the British Flying School. Yeah, it's proper stuck on there, it's not even a bit of paper out. So this is a statue of King Charles I on King Staves Place by the Bank House. Fucking hell. Even Pride t-shirts. Just can't get away from it anywhere, can you? Just another cobbled street down here. This was the customs house. So I must have monitored what was coming and going. There's quite a large cabin around that statue down there. Built in 1683 by Henry Bell for Sir John Turner. What's that say? One of the finest late C17 public buildings in provincial England. Nice bit of symmetry there. And don't know if you heard it, there was a guy getting told off because he was lifting up the chain links. Who's this chap? Captain George Vancouver, Royal Navy. A great navigator and surveyor. Obviously sort of Captain Cook, I guess, that sort of era. I wonder how long until you'll be torn down, mate. Another Bristol, come in, you can see it by the river and all that. And this is just inside the ornamental gardens. Lovely flower displays in there. Caught my eye on the way in. Just down that way there's a gate, so it's like a gated city, so I'll be heading down there to have a look in a bit. But on my way, have a look at this. And this building here on the outskirts, Norfolk Constabulary, it reminds me of Bridlington. So if anyone who's built to Bridlington, East Yorkshire, there's a similarity between the town hall here and this one, I think. Into Tower Gardens. Very generic set of gardens, really. I think that's a nice touch with the old soldier silhouette there. Some crackheads on the far left. I always say war memorials to me, you know, just kind of sum up the reality of being a soldier. You know, if it's not white shitty crackheads, it's foreigners like you've got over there, to be fair. Thai massage, India Gate, not bad cultures, don't mind them people, but still, you fight for multiculturalism and globalisation. Been trying to find the right angle for this lest we forget, with the big poppy in the middle. I don't think I'm going to quite find what I'm looking for though. That's quite nice. It's not the best angle, but that's what I'll have to go with, I guess. Perfect angle here. This is where the piss heads were a minute ago. They've gone around the back of the three arches over there, but I won't be going around there to antagonise them. But they cleared off, obviously seeing me with my camera, but as I always say, you know, that was the future to fought for. And this is a nice old school, I guess, once upon a time. And this is Framlingham's Hospital. Framlingham obviously is a place in Suffolk with a castle. I think it was where, is it Queen Mary of Scots was? It's been a while, about a year ago I was there last. And just to correct myself from earlier, that was actually a public library, not a school. So welcome to West Norfolk Islamic Centre. I've noticed the atmosphere has changed down this way. There's a lot more foreigners down this way. Hopefully get to the gate shortly. And this is the Norfolk flag. I'm just going to wait for it for the wind to blow so I can get a decent shot of it. And at the beginning I saw that Frederick Savage engineer bench, I think it was. But this is where it became from. So a machine maker in Lynn from 1851. He was renowned for steam engines used on fairground rides. and is responsible for the galloping horses that you'll find at fairground rides. And this is his statue around here. What's this? In Union Place. And this is up by the city gate anyway. You know, I didn't know this existed last time I was here, so it's quite cool. Similar to one at Alnwick, similar to one in York. Just to give some information, so the South Gate, East Anglia's mightiest stronghold. The South Gate is King's Lynn's only surviving gatehouse. The building you see today was constructed during the 1400s and formed part of the town's defensive fortifications. As well as the gatehouses, King's Lynn was defended by walls, banks, ditches and the River Great Ouse. The bath of the River Nar, a tributary to the Great Ouse, came right up to the gatehouse. The town's defences were put to the test during the English Civil War in 1643. And just along here you got where the fortifications would have been. You know, there's a big like moat down there, full of beer cans, obviously, being a modern day. So Southgate, 1520 was made, so we're talking 504 years ago. It's still standing. And this is what humanity and our countrymen descended into. I think, looking back on it on everywhere I've seen, I think Beverley is probably the most similar gatehouse to this one anyway. Touch on the outskirts near the train station. Nice to see a father in there. Like the one in Birmingham, the statue in Birmingham, it's just two women, isn't it? Two lesbian women. Just coming down one of the terrace streets, which are quite similar to the ones you'd find in London. But to make sure I give King's Lynn its credit, as it's coming to the end of the day now. Very much a white British majority sort of areas. I haven't really seen much diversity at all. Everyone's been sound. One or two people kind of smiled and waved at the camera, so just make sure I get that in there. A lot of old stuff as well, like this, you know, very historic, and it's sort of forgotten about as well because people don't normally think of King's Lynn because it's kind of tucked away. It's very difficult to get to as well, you know, like there's not really straightforward A road really, but that's it. This is Trews Yard Museum. Obviously it's 9 o'clock now, it's long shut, and that's St Anne's Fort over there, but that's really about it now, has to be said. Pretty much done all of King's Lynn, I'd say. And just a bit of a nightlife, that's the Maze Head pub there. Seems like a good atmosphere, like.